Hello, welcome back to one of my videos. I have completed the knitting part. That's in another video. And in this video, we're going to be sewing up the booties. I do a whole stack at a time. Normally, I do a stack when I finished one ball of yarn, 100 grams, which usually gives me 12 booties. But for this video, I'm just going to work through a couple of these. So I do them almost like one would do in a factory. I do one step, do all the booties, and then I do the next step. So this is for beanies for babies in South Africa. And this is the pattern, which if you want to take a screenshot, but there is a video on how to do that. What do I need? I need a pair of scissors. I have 2 needles. I have a large-eyed darning needle, blunt edge. And then I have this fantastic thing that I found here in South Africa. It is a very long chenille needle pointed on that side. Normally I had shorter ones, and then I found this one. I'm very happy with it. And then I have a bottle where I put my cuttings in. They can always be used for stuffing later, or if you know how to spin, you can always use the ends for spinning. So what do I start off with? I start off with my darning needle. Let me zoom in a bit if this will allow me to. It's been so long that I've made a video. Oh, look at that, lovely. Let me move my scissors aside out of the screen. So I've threaded my darning needle. And then I am working on this side. Your knitting might look a little bit different depending on how you've done it. The way that, because of my cast on, because I use a 2 needle cast on, I have this lovely ridge. And I like that to knit. I like that to darn up with. I prefer it to the other side. The other side has these little funny little round things. So I prefer this side. I also prefer to sew up on the 2 knit stitches. So I started with the rib with a knit, and I ended with the rib with a knit. I wonder if you can hear the washing machine. Let me go and pause that. There we go. Sometimes we have these background noises and we don't realize how much sound carries. So I'm sewing it up that my 2 knit stitches are facing me. Take my darning needle to the other side. I go through, pull it, come back, and pull it through that side. So now the top is one continuous series of V stitches. Then holding my work to the side, or on the side, I'm going to be weaving back and forth. I'm taking the first loop of that side and the first loop of this side, first loop, first loop, first loop. When I say the first loop, it's basically the first loop of the knit stitch. And my tail is long enough because when I cast it off, I cut a good 30-40 centimeters, basically from my fingers to my elbow. So we come down to the bottom, to the end of the rib, and now we're going to be sewing together the garter or the knit rows. So the makeup is slightly different. You can see they have these little loopy things. So I'm just going to be going across as well, catching the loops. I come to this side, I catch the first, go to that side, catch the next one, come to this side, catch the next one. I catch all of them in one go, but if you are more comfortable catching a few and then pulling the yarn through, you can do that as well. Pull it through. Now here's a little thing. I always stretch it out, because otherwise it's going to distort the back of the bootie. You want to stretch it out. You'd rather have too much than too little. Otherwise it's going to pull the whole bootie down. Now we're at the bottom. So what I do is, I forgot to mention that, I have a stitch marker. I come here and I need to find the middle. So in the pattern there are 3 knit stitches between the decrease. So the decrease, I know that's a decrease, it has 2 stitches on it, it's like a fat stitch. And there is the other decrease is over here, it's also a fat stitch. So when I pull them open, in the middle, see those 3 red ones? Those are my 3 knit stitches from the pattern. I want to earmark that middle one. So that's middle one. I'm going to earmark it just so you can see it, but we're not going to use that as our guide. What we have to do is, once we've earmarked that, we have to work all the way up to here. So the one above it is this one, the one above it is that one, the one above it is that one. So now I know that this is the center of my work. So I can fold it there. Once I've folded it there, I know that when I'm sewing up my bootie, this part will be respected. Otherwise, before you know it, it can fold over to the one side or to the other if you aren't earmarking it. Now, once again, I'm weaving back and forth. That other tail gets in the way. I can just take that tail and I can pin it down with my finger. Just making sure that I'm still respecting the middle of the work. Take the markers out. Now I have 2 tails. This is the tail from my starting work. This is my tail from my ending work. And with this absolutely amazing chenille needle, I thread the chenille needle first. I don't put the tail in first. I first thread the needle. See, I can go all the way. Isn't that marvelous? So I'm going to be running along the one side of the middle where I've darned it together. Now I thread my needle, pull it out, pull the bootie again. You don't want it to be tight, otherwise it's going to pucker your work. Turn it around. Do the other side. Needles in place. Fetch the yarn. Pull it through. Pull it out so it's not puckered. So normally when it's in this position, then I cut that, because the last thing you want to do is cut your bootie. I give it a little bit of a of a tail. There's no need to cut it all the way in. Give it a little bit of a tail, and there you have that done. And then the last thing, it'll be turned inside out. And that is the completed bootie. So as I said, I normally do a whole lot together. So I'm going to do another one, but I'll work faster. I'm going to zoom out a bit, if I can. Oh, come and zoom out. So take another one. So normally I do, as you can see, it was 3 steps. It was step 1 was sewing up the bootie. Step 2 was working away the ends. And step 3 was turning it inside out. So I normally do a whole pile of step 1, and then I do the pile of step 2, and then the pile of step 3. So sewing it up, I do the V. So I'm just going to work at my normal speed, and then you can see how quickly it can go. So there we go. So the bootie is either worn straight like that, or it's worn like that. I just want to do one last thing. I want to measure something. So I wanted to see how long this tail was, because I think it's more than 30 centimeters. It's 30. So it's 40, 45, 46. That one. 30. Okay, this one is 49. So let me change that on my pattern, because I use my arm. So it's not 30 centimeters. It is 45 to 50 centimeters. There we go. Thank you very much for watching, and if you want any more information, Beanies for Babies, it's in South Africa. They have a Facebook page. Thank you very much. Bye for now.